Hey footy fans, already week 1 of the finals in the books, and let's get straight through it. The Pies beat the D's on Thursday night, 60-53. A lot to unpack in that game. Brayden Maynard, the hit on Angus Brayshaw. Look, it was nasty. It didn't look good. Brayshaw was sent off, in a stretcher. So with that hit, obviously, Maynard went for the smother. He was in the air. There's that argument of he went to protect himself on the way down. But my argument would be his hands are up in the air. He would have had enough time to, extend his arms out and, embrace Angus Brayshaw kind of like a bear hug. And I know both might have still got hurt in that instance, but still, I did think Maynard, turning the shoulder, it wasn't a good look, and it didn't sit well with me. The hit from Jacob Van Rooyen on Dan McStay was also a nasty one, and that will be reviewed by the tribunal. Both hits are going to be reviewed, and the outcomes and their punishment will be served up in the next day, hopefully. The Demons, they weren't efficient in front of goals. It's as simple as that. There was a lack of communication for my liking. They had their chances. They had 69 inside 50s to the Pies 37, and the D's just weren't good enough at making the most of their opportunities. It's finals football, Melbourne. It's as simple as that, and you've been in this scenario before. We saw it last season in finals when they weren't that up to scratch, and then the year prior, well, that was one of the best grand final wins I've seen. It was dominant. It was classy football. That's the Demons I want to see, so hopefully Melbourne can get a grip, and fingers crossed they win their semi-final. On Friday, the Blues beat the Swans 74-68. Now, Harry Mackay was sent off with concussion. He'll miss the semi-final. Jack Martin got down back and was great. He was enormous with a few crucial marks, but he is in trouble with a hit on Nick Blakey. So Jack Martin has been served up a 2-match ban. Matt Cottrell, he was great for me. I liked it. Not much people talked about him in the media, but he had 2 goals, 17 disposals. He did the little things well. Another player who was everywhere was Blake Acres. He gave it 110%. Don't we love to see that? Joel Amartey had a couple nice moments for the Swans, and Errol Goulden, he tried to carry this team on his back, but just, the Swans just fall short. I thought Tom Papley needed to be more selfish, especially in front of goal. He kept giving it off and looking for other players. I was just thinking to myself, Paps, just go bang from 50 or 45, kick a few goals in and spark this team. And I know there were a few moments where he did spark this team, but there were times where I thought he could have been a bit more selfish with the ball in hand and had a few pings at goal. In saying that, well done to the Blues for holding on. But my counter-argument to that is they need to be better, because that second half, especially that fourth quarter, they went into a shell. They played safe football. They weren't, contesting the game. They weren't scoring goals. And against a team like Melbourne in that semi-final, you need to score goals against Melbourne. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that game pans out. I'll talk a bit about that later on. On Saturday, the Saints lost to the Giants 77-101. The Giants had 35 hitouts. Gee, they're a classy side. Their biggest lead was 43 points. It was a great win. They're a threat in this finals race. As I mentioned, last week, they're a bit of a smoky. They're a chance. And that was without Stefan Cornelio in this game. They got that win. So a big, big sound, that's for sure, to open up the finals race from the GWS Giants. Then later on in Saturday, at night time, we had Brisbane taking on Port at the Gabba. Brizzy getting the job done, 123-75, and advancing to the prelim. Well done, Brisbane. The Lions finished the third quarter strongly, and they just kicked away in the fourth quarter. Look, you have to think in this game for Port Adelaide, Todd Marshall was having an off night in front of goal, that's for sure. And a youngster in Ollie Lord actually stepped up. He kicked 4 goals for Port Adelaide. I thought they wrapped up Lachie Neale at times well, because he did have a bit of a quiet game, but everyone else stepped up. So although Port kind of kept Lockie Neal a bit quiet, they allowed players like Danaher, Rayner, Charlie Cameron and many, many others to get involved. And it was a dominant win on home soil by the Brisbane Lions. For Port Adelaide, they've got a couple injury worries, so hopefully they get fixed up soon, and wishing all players a speedy recovery. Brizzy, so strong at home. The important thing in this game is they made the most out of their opportunities, and, they weren't sloppy. They weren't clumsy in front of goals, and they absolutely nailed a few of their set shots. So well done to the Brisbane Lions. As we head into Isaac's Week 1 finals, GMP. Let's get straight into it. My goal mark and player, starting off with my goal, and it goes to Connor Rozee. Not only has he had a fantastic season and a good game on Saturday night, but this goal was sensational. He was in two minds. He turned one way, then decided to go the other. Spun around off one step, and he smashed it home from about 55, 60 metres out. That's confidence. That's courage. That's leadership. Well done, Connor Rozee. It was a great goal, and that goal actually gave Port Adelaide the lead, and that was when they were in the contest. It wasn't until late in the third and, the rest of the fourth that Brizzy really wrapped this game up well. My mark of the round, not many to choose from, that's for sure, but I did go with the one in the St Kilda game from Dan Butler. A nice little grab, a bit of elevation, and airtime. Yes, it was a good mark, but we've definitely seen a whole lot better from a variety of players throughout the home and away season. My player of the round. Now, I know, Akers had a great game, Kelly, and a few others, those big stars. But my player of the round goes to a Brisbane Lion, and it goes to Jasper Fletcher, a young star. His first finals game in a qualifying final, he had 3 goals, 16 disposals, 6 marks. 2 of those 6 contested, 1 tackle, 1 clearance, 2 inside 50s, 206 metres gained, 6 intercept possessions, and 7 score involvements. A youngster like this, to have that confidence, to back himself, to get forward, to spark this team. He took a great mark inside 50 in this game. He was loving football, and to see a player in his first year make finals and in the qualifying final have a crucial impact in this Brisbane Lions side and really, put the icing on the cake for what was a dominant performance at the Gabba. Well done, Jasper Fletcher. Take a bow, and this youngster is going places, and this is just the beginning of a sensational career. The father and son pick that Brisbane got, it is one like no other, and one thing's for sure, Jasper Fletcher's father, he'll be so proud of him, and isn't the footy world, this youngster really making a name for himself. Folks, I just wanted to quickly say commiserations to the Swans and the Saints. They gave it their all to make it to the 8. The Swans and Saints, inconsistent at times this season, I have to say, but they've had some patches of nice football. For the Blues and the Giants, all the best to them. The semi-finals, well, we've got the D's taking on the Blues on Friday night. I'm going with the Demons by 22 points. And then we've got Port Adelaide and the Giants. Look, I think Port Adelaide at home might get the job done, maybe by 11 points. Yeah, 1 or 2 goals probably, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants pull off an absolute upset on the road. That'll be sensational to see. And if they do, well, we're sitting for a ripper prelim, that's for sure. As always, you gotta love footy. Like that recap and you want to see more of my content, remember to hit that thumbs up, like, comment, and hit that red button down there that says subscribe. Much appreciated. For more content, follow me on my Facebook page and also my Instagram page.